Hi everyone, it's Daniel here. Today I'll be reviewing another Police album, and it is going to be their third album from 1980, and it is Zenyatta Mondatta. So yeah, I love this album cover, so cool. I don't know what it is. I think it's the colours, the colour pattern in the background, really cool. Reminds me of a like a sunset or something like that. Really cool. Of course, you've got the members on the front. The logo looks pretty cool. Of course, you've got Sting, Stuart, and Andy. Looking fantastic as usual. Three blonde boys who look like brothers, but behind the scenes they hated each other. The text is really cool, very nice, very impressive for the 80s, I would say. This album cover was made in the 90s, then yeah, fair enough, but for 1980 this is really cool. So yeah, I love this album cover. This is probably my favourite Police album cover, I'm not sure, but I think the 80s Police album covers were the best, but I love the two previous album covers, Outlandish d'Amour and Regatta de Blanc. Those two are really cool, but yeah. So yeah, so there's the front, there's the spine, nice shade of blue right there, and there's the back. So yeah, very cool. You got pictures of the band. You got Sting right there sitting on a double bass. You got Stuart and Andy with an umbrella. So yeah, you got more photos. I don't know what they are on Stuart's hand. I don't know. Maybe he injured himself. I don't know. Sting is also playing an electric upright bass, which is really cool. So it's just sitting on his kit there. And then Andy playing guitar. That was a performance they did. I need to watch more Police live. And then there's Sting just yeah, arms crossed and just being him. So yeah, let's go through each track one by one. So the opening track is Don't Stand So Close to Me. What a great song, I love it. I love the bass pedals. The track starts off like quite sort of spooky with the bass pedals, and then just going boo, and then yeah, and then you get the drum beat, and then you get the guitars, yeah, and then the chorus comes in, and yeah, the song's all like peppy and yeah, upbeat. Don't stand so close to me. And of course they would use that melody in the track Money for Nothing by Dire Straits, which yeah, Sting was on that track, and he was credited for co-writing that song. Yeah, Don't Stand So Close to Me, great song. I love that instrumental break, just really spooky. And yeah, I think it's a guitar synth, I could be wrong, but yeah, I'm not going to get into all this again, but yeah. Next track is Driven to Tears, really cool track. I love the drumming from Stuart, love the chorus. Yeah, just a really cool track. Just yeah, I love Driven to Tears. And then that track ends, and then we get, of course, the track When the World is Running Down, You Make the Best of What's Still Around, which yeah, long title, but absolutely fantastic, really catchy. I love the bass line. I love the guitar solo, which is basically just one note, but the automation like rises, which if you don't know what automation is, it's when an instrument gets louder. I use it sometimes on GarageBand, but I've not used it on a track that I've released yet, so I will definitely start using automation from now on. But yeah, this track's fantastic. I love everything about it. Turn on my VCR, it's someone I've had. I just love the lyrics in the chorus. When the world is running down, you make the best of what's still around. I know my hair's getting in the way, but yeah. Yeah, next track is Canary in the Coal Mine, probably my favourite track on the album. So catchy, so fun and upbeat. I love the guitar, the bits of piano on it. Drum beat's just great as usual. Stuart Copeland, brilliant drummer, one of my favourites. And yeah, and yeah, the bass line, yeah, I've heard it isolated, it doesn't sound the best, but when you combine it with the rest of the instruments, you know, I guess it works. Sting singing is great. Woo! just love this track. I know some people find this track annoying. I love it. It's just a really fun track, and yeah, just the melody of it, just brilliant. I love this track a lot, and yeah, probably my favourite track on the album. Just a really upbeat, happy track, and that's just what you need. But yeah, in my opinion, this is definitely the Police's most progressive album. Like, yeah. They started being more experimental and progressive with their music, which is pretty cool, but yeah, still trying to, you know, have more of a commercial sound. Of course, this album only had 2 singles, but fair play. The next track is Voices Inside My Head. Love this track, really catchy. Love the drums, love the repetitive bass line and the guitar lick, really cool. And all Sting sings is Voices Inside My Head, and he does that shout thing, which yeah, just yeah, amazing. And you get hand claps as well, really cool. Next track is Bombs Away, really cool track. I love the lyrics, yeah. Company stinks, yeah, just the rhyming is great. And I believe Stuart wrote this song, yeah. Well done, Stuart, well done, mate. So yeah, Bombs Away, great track, I love it. Love the guitars as well, just sound proper shiny and clean. So yeah, well done, Andy. And then the next track is Da Do 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 Da 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 Da. I love this song, very catchy, very breathtaking. And then I love that build up, you know, with the guitars, and then you get the chorus, da do 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 da da da, just brilliant, love it. And then of course in the video, Sting's playing an 8-string bass, which, yeah, an 8-string bass in the year 1980, I know, crazy. And yes, Sting plays a lot fretless on this album and the next album, and the album after. So yeah, I always keep forgetting how much fretless bass Sting played throughout his time. But yeah, the next track is Behind My Camel. I know Sting and Stuart hate this track, and then after they recorded it, Sting buried the tape in his garden. But yeah, Andy Summers wrote this instrumental, despite the other two really disliking this song. And well, Stuart played on the track, but Andy ended up playing the bass because Sting refused to play on it. So it's pretty much the only track without Sting. But not the only track where Sting, but this isn't the only track where Sting doesn't play bass. There's another track, but I'll talk about that another day. But yeah. Yeah, Behind My Camel's great. I believe it won them an award, similar to how Regatta to Blanc, the instrumental from the last album, won them an award. Yeah, but yeah, pretty cool. I love how spooky this track is. I think it's great. Yeah, the drums are brilliant, and the guitar just, yeah, really creepy. I love it. And then bends, just brilliant. If you're not listening to this album or any of the Police albums, then I highly recommend you do so. Next track is Man in a Suitcase. I love the beginning, how, yeah, it takes place in, I think it's an airport or something. But yeah, or a train station, and then yeah, must it be a man in a suitcase. Quite a short track, but upbeat, fun, love it. And yeah, definitely one of the more reggae rock sounding tracks, which, yeah, of course, Police are well known for reggae rock, but they weren't even influenced by reggae. But yeah, next track is Shadows in the Rain. Love this track. The version on this album, yeah, it's about 5 minutes long, you know. Pretty much just the same thing throughout the whole song, but you know, you got guitar, you got drums, obviously, bass, you know, get bits of piano, you know, going do do, really cool. And yeah, I really like Shadows in the Rain. Yeah, Sting's vocals are kind of, you know, yeah, I don't know. On this version, on this CD version of the track, yeah, Sting's vocals are sort of behind the instruments, so yeah. I don't know, probably just me, but I don't know. But yeah, I prefer the version that he did on his solo album, The Dream of the Blue Turtles. That version's way more faster, upbeat, and yeah. But also love the live version, which I think that's better. That version's a bit faster than the album version, and you got Sting on the electric upright bass, as shown right here. Yeah. And the last track is The Other Way of Stopping, which is a really cool album closer, another instrumental. Stuart Copeland wrote it. Just brilliant drumming. Yeah, just the Police being the Police. Ending their album with instrumentals, pretty cool. Like I said, this is their most progressive and maybe experimental album. But I don't know. The next two albums, you know, might win against this one. But yeah, let's open the CD up and see what there is to offer. So there's a disc, pretty cool. Just blue, yellow. Well, blue with yellow text, and of course, yeah. You got the Police logo right there. Let's take this out. Yeah, you can have a better look if you want. Shiny. And then behind the disc, you have a lot of photos of the band. You have Andy Summers strangling a puppet or a doll or something. Yeah, I believe Sting was in a film at the time. I don't know if that's from a film or something. I don't know. But yeah, really cool pictures. Sting on a motorbike there. Some really cool behind the scenes photos. Stuart looks really cool there with his sunglasses. Yeah, so Andy Summers writes one of the tracks, and then Stuart writes two of the tracks, which, yeah, that's pretty cool. Let's have a look inside the booklet. No lyrics, but yeah, we will get lyrics soon. Oh, I love this album cover, so cool. Very retro, but very cool. And even the inside, look how colourful that is. Look at these pictures of the band. Why is Andy playing there? Is that like a... He's playing the bagpipes or something, I don't know, but yeah. Very cool. I believe that was taken, I don't know, looks like the MTV promo, but I'm not sure. But yeah, a lot of Sting's hair there, really cool. So yeah, got all the tracks. Don't Stand So Close to Me, Dreaming to Tears, When the World is Running Down, You Make the Best of What's Still Around. Very long title, but you know. Canary in the Coal Mine, Voices Inside My Head, Bombs Away, which Stuart Copeland wrote that song. Da do 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 da 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 da, which that was one of the 2 singles, along with Don't Stand So Close to Me. Behind My Camel, which of course Andy Summers. I think that's a great instrumental, but I know the other 2 members hated it, and Stuart didn't even want to play in it, but he had to. I mean, it was either him play on the track, or Andy program a drum machine. But yeah, Man in a Suitcase, Shadows in the Rain, and The Other Way of Stopping. And then because this is an enhanced CD, you get a music video, which is Don't Stand So Close to Me. Produced by The Police and Nigel Gray, which I've talked about Nigel Gray before. Recorded at Wilselord Studios in the Netherlands, Hilversum. Yeah, I know Genesis recorded 2 of their albums in the Netherlands, Wind and Wuthering, and then there were 3, which, yeah. And this album was engineered by Nigel Gray, and we've got more credits there. This is a remastered version, so yeah. Well, a reissue. So, yeah, really cool. I love this album. This is one of my favourite Police albums. I would say this is briefly better than the other 2. I think it's more underrated, I think, yeah. Definitely my sort of thing, because, you know, if you love progressive rock and all that, yeah, this album's, you know, not as, you know, nowhere near as adventurous as, like, the early Genesis stuff, but it's definitely still worth a listen. And yeah, I think this is the most underrated Police album, in my opinion. So yeah, thank you for watching, everyone. This has been my review of Zenyatta Mondatta by The Police. Love this album. Love the album cover. If you love the album cover, then that's great. Yeah, that's great, because, you know, yeah, that's great that you think that. So yeah, got a couple more albums to review, and yeah, that's the Police discography done. So yeah, thanks once again, everyone. Take it easy, and I shall see you all next time in a bit, and peace.